my program, and it's a pleasure to have you out there and a pleasure to be here. I have a guest who has been on a number of times before, well-known personality in the city of Fall River and the surrounding area, been very active all his life in various organizations and various promotions of community activities. So without further comment, I'm going to welcome my guest, Chuck Gregory.
Richard, once again, it is a pleasure to see you.
Wow.
I lasted with the long walk from the parking lot to here.
I noticed you got 2 hairs out of place.
Yes, I just fixed them. It dropped about today there. I let my hair grow long because, before I get to the topic, on Friday night there's a bond bash.
Bond bash?
It's going to be at Bittersweet Farm.
Not a bonfire.
No, it's run by Grace Gerling and Tita and all the people over, and Anne Marie, all the people over at Greater Fall River Recreation. It's their gala this year. They're not doing the hall like they usually do, like the Eagle or anything. They're going cowboy and cowgirl, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good.
And where is this now again?
The Bittersweet Farm, it's way out on Main Road, as if you were heading for Lee's Market. Richie LaFrance owns it.
Okay, West, oh yeah. All
Remember,
right.
it used to be Kate Corey's. Kate Corey's, it used to be. It's beautiful in there. The food's excellent. It's a good time. It's a 6:30 start on Friday night.
This Friday night?
Yes, and if anybody wants to call me tomorrow, I just found out that one of my friends can't go. I have 2 tickets and they're $65 a piece. I will hand you the tickets.
Wow.
So that's the only time I'm going to say that tonight.
So you have 2 free tickets?
Yeah, you can have one of them if you want. I got one for you too.
Oh,
It's a good time, and I've seen the itinerary. They told me today. I had lunch down there with those guys, and they told me what they're going to do with decorations and the flowers. They ordered it all while I was there, and the hors d'oeuvres. It's a cash bar because it's a fundraiser, but it's really a thing that's neighborly. They're going to have line dancing. It's a country and western. I think of someone from 98.1 is going to be there and stuff like that. It's a nice thing to do. You can't go wrong.
And it's a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser for CD Rec, which is not CD Rec, Greater Fall River Recreation.
And they're located now on?
The old courthouse, 45 Rock Street,
Yeah.
which is a misnomer because 45 is the door up the hill, but it's 45 Rock Street. And they made it really nice. They've all have their individual offices now, and they can do their share of the business in their pod. They got beautiful furniture. It's a nice layout. It's more professional than the Armory. Not as historic, but more professional.
A lot of people in Fall River were sentenced from there.
Oh yeah, I almost was. Remember the deal when I stole the ballots? Oh, that was a good one.
Hey, that was when Pelletier was involved with the recount.
That's right. I went in and I sat on the ballots.
And the ballots you sat on were down at the City Hall?
Down in the vault at City Hall, and then State Senator Tom Norton was with me at the time and told me where the ballots were, and I walked in and the ballot box was open, so I sat on it. And the police come in, guy was very nice. What are you doing? I'm sitting on the ballot box. So what? It's open. The poor cop just said, oh my God.
Yeah.
Made the front page of the Daily, and everything worked out fine. Leo came back strong because the next year, Rigor Machado ran, and he got beat in the north end of the city, which is impossible. Can't do that.
Isn't that was,
That's when they had the Chads. And it was the Commonwealth of Massachusetts versus Chuck Gregory. You were there on behalf of Leo the year before with Richard St. Pierre, his other attorney.
remember that in Superior Court before the judge, and the ballots that were contested were presented to the judge one at a time.
Yep.
And he would ask, what is your objection to this ballot? Well, you were for or against.
Yep.
And we went through that process, probably lasted an hour or longer, and then the judge made a decision. And the decision was basically almost the same. Some ballots he decided were good, others he decided were bad, but still Leo lost by 3 or 4 votes.
Right. And the thing was, he lost in the south end of the city of Fall River, which is nigh on impossible. That's where he's from.
Yeah.
As it turned out, the next year, in the legislative races, County Commissioner Rigor Machado, my dearest friend, got beat in the north end. Everybody voted for Rigor, no matter what. They took it back to court, and it was thrown out, and they had to have another trial, another election. One of the proud moments. But anyway,
So what brought that on?
I don't know. We just.
Well, the courthouse.
Oh, the courthouse.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's right. It's their fault. Blame them, because that's not why I'm here.
Okay, let us know. You're involved with this organization. Tell us about this organization.
It's a bike run, and it's to raise money for the FAXon Animal Shelter, which is the Greater Fall River Animal Rescue League. And Ray FAXon, Brad's grandfather, donated to it. Yeah, the golfer, and Brad, the father, his father, donated some money and set it all up, and it's the FAXon Animal Shelter.
Now, is that affiliated with the city of Fall River, or is that a private shelter?
Whatever the original charter was, that's what it still is, but I think it's partially a 501.
It's very political, I'd say.
Oh, it is. You know, I'm kind of trying to be political and get out of it. Thank you for asking that. Well, anyway, there's an excellent committee of experts on doing bike runs. We meet at the FAXon Animal Shelter, or we meet at the Liberal Club, because Kevin Palmer has let us have, he's the president up there, he's let us have the Liberal Club to run the event. We ran a veterans one there for a couple of years. We're doing this one there. And the Liberal Club itself is perfect for the layout. You've got not only the cooking area, you've got a big enough area to put the bikes. Karen Lamont has the vendor sponsorships. She signs those up. I think she's up to like 24. I could be off one or two. But they take up a whole swath in the middle of that in front of the Al Dias Pavilion, and the Memorial Pavilion, and that fills that. Now you've got the stage over here, and we have a band coming in. We have a disc jockey, and your name's on here. We'll get to that stuff in a minute.
So this is a whole day affair.
Oh, it's a family affair besides just biking. The bike run leaves at 11 o'clock. But before that, there's music and entertainment. You get to meet people. You set up your bikes, get ready for the show.
11 o'clock in the morning?
It opens at 6. If you're a vendor and you're in at 7:15, enjoy the movie at home, because you're not getting in.
And this is in the morning?
Yes.
Wow.
It's scary, huh? It's Sunday too. No. Well, anyway, the thing is, everybody knows their job because they've done it before.
The bike's going to be blessed?
They are going to be blessed even if I have to do it. I did it last year. As you know, I went to Barrington Bible College, Sante, and we got through with that. And there'll be a blessing. We do have a reverend coming, our father, one or the other. But we have that. There's also a car show and a bike show mixed in on all that. And there's 3 trophies for each one, for the bikes, and 3 trophies for the cars. And John Panarisi, who runs FAXon, who was supposed to be here tonight, but he's ill. He's a nice guy. I was with him at a clam boil with Eileen FAXon on Monday night. He didn't feel well tonight, so he's not here. And Karen Raposa's back from the other bike runs we've done, and Chuck Tebow's there, and Red and Leslie, the Grinvalski, they're there. There's just a ton of people. We'll get to them one at a time as we go around. Corey Ann from the FAXon Shelter, she's kind of the organizer, runner, does all the computer work and stuff. She set up the web page, and we have an inner web page just for the members of the committee, so we can talk back and forth, you know, without people knowing what we're doing.
So where is the run going to be?
The run is going to start at the Liberal Club.
Right.
Now, I got the run with me, but to take it out is crazy because it's at like 14,000. It goes out, and it's going out through Rehoboth and Lakeville and all that and cover. Oh, yeah. When I run the one for A Wish Come True, I go the other way down through Little Compton and come back up by Adamsville and through there. This one leaves the Liberal Club, goes out, start down Eclipse Street, hits the road, and then they take off and they're gone. All police all the way.
How many do you expect?
We did last night 300 and something.
Oh, wow, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
When they start up, the windows around that area must vibrate. 350. Oh, they don't stop.
Yes, they do, but they're not. They have mufflers. Oh, it's awful. You know, it's fun. But the thrill of seeing the bikes take off, and there's men and women on bikes, and women, they always have some nice bikes. I don't know how they do it, but the big bikes. I can't lift one of those things. But they throw them around and they go down the street, and it's pretty impressive.
That's one way to get rid of the wild cats in the neighborhood.
I know the application, I think it's called an application. It's been sent to Chief Dan Racines. He signs off on that. Lieutenant Bill Macy comes up and he sits with us and he discusses everything. I talked with him at the grand opening of the Aquarium Center downtown. Spoke with him the other day, and he's all set to go, just waiting to know what's going on. And we have a meeting with him, and then the thing goes.
You have
We go from police department,
you have to have
line.
a permit.
Oh yeah, you have to have an okay. You can't just
Each
do it.
town you go through?
Each one falls right in line, and you get one. And they're always say, well, we've got the one from Fall River. Then you can get the little towns as you go along. There's never any arguments. They just want to know how fast are you going. No colors. No colors.
Yeah.
Period. I've had people, guys I know, I'm going to win this. No, you're not. Why? You're going that way, not going with them that way. But it all works out. They understand. There's no conflicts. There's never been a fight, never been any trouble. And it just works out. It's a nice afternoon for a minimum amount of money. It's $25 per bike and $10 for the person on the back.
Oh, is that right?
So it all goes to charity.
Yeah.
There's food
Passenger
for
per
sale
passenger.
there. We got people coming in from BCC this year. Last year, I think we had SMU, UMass Dartmouth. They came in. But it's all organized. All the chefs are dressed like chefs. The bartenders are all dressed. Everything's fine.
And this is going to be outside for the
It's
food.
outside for the food.
Now, what happens if it rains, Chuck?
They have a hall. Use the hall.
All right, but for the bikes?
They ride anyway. You've seen them on the highway in the rain.
All right.
Unless it's torrential. We're not going to do torrential, let's face it.
No.
But if it's just misty rain, let's go. Big strong.
No order in for
No, they're not like
torrential
me, not a
rain.
sissy. I mean, they go, they're gone. Yeah. They did one once and it rained halfway through with the Westport one for A Wish Come True. And it started raining and they were already out down the point, Westport Harbor. It was a little tricky getting them back on that one.
Now, when they come back, these people that have paid like the $25, will they
Yeah.
have a meal or is that?
They
extra?
get a meal stub. If you paid to get in, you get a meal stub.
All right.
Now, after that, the meal cost, you're going to pay. But if you're there from like a family, you're coming by to see what's going on. There's fees, cash registers, and the prices are more than reasonable.
What are you going to have as far as food?
Hamburgers, hot dogs, and a couple of the trucks are going to be there, and whatever they're privy to, clam cakes or whatever.
Vendor trucks?
That's it, vendor trucks. I couldn't think of that, yeah. Because that's a big deal nowadays. Those vendor trucks are no longer, junk food, stuff made at home and they brought it along. It's all good food.
Some cities, I mean, it is big town.
Providence,
You go to
right downtown by the square.
Boston,
Yeah.
around in that area, there's a huge number of vendor trucks.
Somewhere, I think Middleborough, there's an area, big field, and they have 80 food trucks in one spot on a
Fall
Sunday
River
afternoon.
didn't want them in the city here.
80 is a lot. You could eat a lot of food.
Yeah. So, it's an all-day affair,
Yep.
and there's going to be entertainment, you
There's
said?
going to be a band there, and for the life of me, I can't think. I've seen the videos. I okayed it with others.
Now, is this after the bike run?
It's before there's a disc jockey, Stacy. Is a disc jockey up till when they leave. There's
Okay.
going to be another young lady there, very, very talented lady. I saw that. That's okay. She's going to sing while they're lining up, getting ready. There's a lot of kibitzing going on. People talk about things, shake hands, check to buy stuff. There's a Chinese raffle.
Chinese raffle.
The baskets and all that.
Yeah.
And that's all set. When they take off, the young lady's going to keep singing for about an hour until they get back, and then the band starts.
And the band will start about what time?
Whenever they get back, play by ear. Could be 12, quarter past, 12:30, doesn't matter. When the bikes get back, that's when they'll kick into
Oh, they'll
action
be back
again.
that soon.
About an hour and a half.
Oh, for the ride.
Oh, yeah, all of an hour and a half. I shouldn't say hours, hour and a half.
And so the band will be playing, and what time is the band going to finish?
Late in the afternoon.
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock?
I would think 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Now, the public can just go over, walk over
Yeah,
there?
you just walk in and buy stuff, touch stuff.
Park like...
Vendors, 24 vendors, and they're not just motorcycle vendors. They're not pots for bikes or anything. There's everything, jewelry and engraving. There's guys with dishes, and I got a great mug from the AMVETS
Oh, you're
last
going to
year.
have craftspeople,
There's
too?
craft kind of people, yes.
Yeah, all right. So that
Plus,
sounds...
there's going to be a couple of games and stuff,
Now, you can have drinks outside, or you
Yes,
have to go...
in the parking lot, yes, you can have your beer there. But you can't go in and bring it out unless it's raining.
All right, so...
There'll be a bar outside.
Okay, bar
Yeah,
outside.
Kevin's got the one that's got the window on the wall
Yeah.
of the pavilion.
Yeah.
And I think the liquor one's on a table next to it.
Yeah.
It's very organized. The police are there. There's never been announced.
Now,
a trouble.
this is the first time. This is the
For
first
this,
one.
the people that are running this, most of them have done other runs.
But what brought this about, this first one?
They needed some money down at FAXon, and John mentioned it, and a couple of people called, and Red Gravinsky called me, and yeah, sure, I'll join. And then Kevin come on, and we had the liberal, and all set. It's how things fall together after all these years.
Yeah.
It's not that tough to get the people. The job is getting the thing done and hoping for the weather.
Yeah, the weather plays a big part.
It does.
If you get a
Yeah.
cool day or rainy day, you know, obviously people don't want to go.
Well, I was up north last week. Whew, talk about cold. Now we're talking, what, first week of May, and it was 36 degrees on Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, they predicted possible frost up there.
Yep, frost, yes.
Well,
Yep.
you know, April was cold around here.
Yeah,
One
I
of
know.
the coldest
Well,
on
I
record.
got back and complaining, and everybody said you didn't miss much because that's the way it was around here.
Yeah.
Just not that bad, but close. So anyway, that's one of the things I wanted to show you. When I left, I took down the sign till next year
Oh, look
at the
that.
house in North Conway.
Yeah, that's
So-
a nice sign.
That's a nice sign.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, it's from Indonesia via the Christmas tree shop, believe it or not. That's a nice sign. And they hang outside the door.
Yeah.
Now the summer season starts up there. And the rentals are well. North Conway did very well with shoppers this year because the snow was horrible. I spent, I guess, 30 days up there on and off.
No snow.
But it was no snow at all. I mean, Christmas, I was walking around in my Bermuda shorts.
The winter that never came.
Never came, never showed up. It was here cold. February, I was up there for a few days and it was cold. No snow.
Well,
But the shopping was monumental. Every mall you went to, they have a Settlers Green up there. It's kind of like our Rentham Villages, that kind of a mall. And then that was packed.
do they still have the Indian powwows up there?
Yes, they do.
On
It's down off of Bear Notch.
you have that
It's right
river?
at the end of East
What's
Main
the name
Road.
of that river now?
Saco.
Saco River.
S-A-C-O. Saco. If you're from the Flint, it's Saco. But other than that, that's a very nice powwow.
Yeah.
I go to that because of the DeRosa family that owns Desrosa Gift Shop over the mall. They're honorary Indians.
Oh.
Then I meet them up there. We go in there. It's very entertaining. And hey, they're Indians. They deserve to have us there.
Oh, yeah.
I still say Indians. They're Native Americans, but hey. You know. Other than that, how's everything going with you?
Well, we're going to have the Miller Monument ceremony.
Yes, that's 11:30.
11:30.
Yeah.
That's Memorial Day at Miller Monument. It's the intersection of South Main and Shove Street. We have that every single year. And as a little background in regards to Corporal Miller, he was a South End person, lived on South Main Street. And in World War II, he was in the Army, stationed in the Philippines. And when the Philippines were overrun by the Japanese, he was captured. There was a certain peninsula that the Americans were backed into. They were not able to be relieved or taken off that peninsula. He was then captured, like I mentioned, put on the Bataan Death March. And that Bataan Death March, 4,000 to 6,000 Filipinos and Americans were murdered, heads chopped off, shot, bayoneted, run over by trucks. He finally made it to the camp.
Yep.
An amazing march, but he died in the camp. His body's never been recovered, and that we consider in the South End his symbolic resting place.
Yep.
The Miller family shows up that day. You've been there a number of times.
Yep.
We have, well, it's a brief ceremony, about a half hour. A number of dignitaries show up. They always have a few words to say. So it's to commemorate the day, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And also to honor the veterans, of course, and to remember what took place in World War II in the Pacific. So that's what I'll be involved in on that day.
Right. But
And-
there's much more. Besides that, at 10 o'clock in the morning, I've got the parade in Westport, because I'm a big deal out there. It's a nice parade. They go down from the town hall, down through the cemetery area, and come back up again. There's a ton of people at that. And then after your ceremony, there's a ceremony of they fire the
Yeah, down at South Park.
at South. I couldn't think of it. Kennedy Park.
Kennedy
I was
Park.
thinking South. I couldn't
You're
think of
so
too old. At Kennedy Park, then the parade steps off at 2.
2 o'clock.
But you've got to get in there because we have a couple of cars and some marchers, but you've got to get in there by 1:45. That's it.
Yeah, down
they're out
to
in the
the-
boonies somewhere.
Down to the city hall where they disperse.
Yeah. Heather
So-
Salva is the new chief of staff. She's back with the War Council, and she's an absolute darling. Heather is one of the really nice people in the world, and she runs it, and I know it's going to be a good time. And people should go to the Veterans Parade, Memorial Day Parade. Go to the parades, darn it.
And we got the citywide cleanup.
That's coming up 2 days, right?
What's that?
14th?
I think you're right. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's, well, on the 14th, there's more. You're right, it is that day.
And we're going to have, we'll be around, for the south, people in the south end, we'll be down around Cook Pond, down at the end of Henry Street, which goes off of Laurel, that goes down to the boat ramp, that goes down to the parking area. But I understand it's really been trashed up with a lot of junk. However, I spoke to the outreach coordinator of the mayor's last night to mention that we really need a truck or a dumpster down at the end of that street to throw all that stuff in there. So there'll be people all over the city doing work in various places.
There's like
And at
4
12 o'clock,
locations.
Middle Kennedy Park will be where the cookout
That's
is.
it, have the cookout. And everybody has a good time, and they're thankful they did it. And it's not easy work. I mean, you're lugging bags of this, bags of that, and you're picking up stuff that somebody threw out.
Yeah.
This isn't a joke. This
No.
is hard work, and it's good work.
Yeah, all the bags will stay where they are.
Yes.
And
Right,
what
no
they're going to
lugging.
have is trucks that'll come and take those
Yep.
bags, put them in the trucks, and I guess bring it to wherever they bring it these days.
I don't know. What are they going to do?
Not to the landfill.
Put it down my office. I don't care. Can't go to landfill.
There's no sanitary fund.
At the fire station, let them deal with it. Jason will shoot me. But anyway, they did the Corky Row last year, I think it was.
Griffin Park.
Griffin Park, that whole area. And the stuff that they picked up, it's amazing how much is hidden behind fences.
People throw stuff away.
Oh, they don't care. And the city's going to, no matter what we do, no matter what the fees are, no matter what you get down to, we're the only community around here that has a problem with trash bags. Deal with it. You got to throw your stuff out. Put it in bags and throw it out. Buy the darn bags.
No.
I mean, I bought them for a friend of mine. He was broke. I bought the bags. He's crying. What are you crying for? It's trash.
Yeah.
But there's other reasons to have bags, and this is one of them. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that's what the post office is.
They put one in my mailbox. They put one in my postal box. I guess they want me to go buy some food. It's this Saturday.
Yeah.
It's the mail, and not only do they lug the boxes, they lug the stuff you bought. Well, they're going to lug food, and it's a well-coordinated effort.
Can you see a postman going down the road with about 25 of these?
And a bowling ball in one bag. That's it's a good job. They get right into it. Nobody complains. Just do it. It's food. So anyway, there's that.
Yeah. So, well, you mentioned the city council meeting last night. Were you there?
No. I sat with Jack Smith, and we enjoyed a toddy or two, and we watched it till 10:30, and that's it. They weren't even done with the meeting. I was still in the finance when I turned it off.
Dan Robillard called me today.
Yeah.
He told me he didn't get out of there until
10:30,
until
11 o'clock. Oh my goodness, he's still in bed then.
1:15.
Oh, really?
No, he didn't get out of the meeting last night until 1:15.
Oh, he's still in bed now. He's not even up now.
1:15. Imagine.
I was just thinking somebody's going to reach across and smack somebody or something. I just got the feeling.
That place was packed last night.
It was. I was outside with some of the picketers, and I talked to the guys. I took a couple of photos, put them up on Facebook, as I am wont to do. And everybody was calm and quiet. But it's eating the craw, as they used to say. It's inside them. Something's got to be done. There's a trash problem. I feel bad. There are some guys there that are never going to work again.
Oh, no. They won't be hired by Easy Disposal out of Revere.
One or two maybe would be symbolic.
We have to Revere to find someone.
Yeah, it's just...
10-year contract. That's not going over too well with a lot of people.
Oh, no.
And, you know, the trucks were purchased for $5.8 million.
Yep.
See, the value of the trucks came out to be about $1.2
Yeah, 1.7 or something like that, but whatever.
And
The bond hasn't
sold.
been paid. They've only paid the interest on the bonds. They've still got the money, and they won't have the trucks. There's so many entrails to that. It's an octopus that somebody's going to have to shoot.
Fudging the budget.
Yeah.
So pay the interest, the budget looks good.
Yeah.
In other words, you bring in
Yep.
enough money to pay the expenses of the city, but they never told anybody they weren't making payments as far as
Right.
principal.
Oh,
on
we
the
caught up
trucks.
with the budget. Oh, we didn't pay anything, but we
where
caught
is
up with the budget.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, sure.
You've been around the city for a long time. You understand what goes on. Where's the city council on issues like this when no one knows on the city council that they weren't paying the principal?
That's a problem, because nobody even talked about it. So I didn't have any idea they weren't paying the principal. The subject didn't come up, and if it did, I missed it.
Apparently, the city council missed it too, because
Wow.
there was a number of them were, aghast.
Yeah. Well, one councilor said, well, I signed it and I didn't know what it was. Well, for God's sakes, don't sign it.
Of course not.
I don't care if you're in your first year or your 50th. Don't sign it.
The mayor showed up at the council meeting last night, and
Finance meeting.
excuse me.
He was at the finance meeting.
Oh yeah, okay, finance
Right.
meeting.
That whole thing we saw last night until 10:30 was finance. That was the best dance I've been to in a long time watching that thing.
Well, they say that it's a good place to go.
Yeah.
You've got nothing to do on a Tuesday night.
Yep.
It's a fantastic. Now they consider it almost like a show because of what goes on.
You know,
A lot of the discussion is not on what you might call city business, but it goes into these peripheral issues.
well, there's personalities involved there too. It's not all the issues, you know. You know, you're not stupid, and neither am I. It's not the issue sometimes. It's who's saying it to whom.
And how they say it.
Yeah.
So that's what, there was a big turnout of the teams, the DPW workers there, in the Teamsters Union. I guess there was a Teamsters representative there. There was a couple of big
No, there was a
trucks
couple. No,
outside.
there was a couple. Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be all over for them.
It doesn't look good. But who knows what the court's going to say? They're going in on what, the 23rd?
I'm not sure.
There's something to do in the court.
Do you know what their complaint is?
No. But one person in the DPW isn't worried. I won't say who. So I said, oh, okay. We'll see what happens.
Well, we're down at the end of the program,
How
Chuck.
much time we got?
We got about 40 seconds.
40 seconds. I'm going to show you how to spend $269 to make CD Rec, or whatever their name is this month, happy. That's a Stetson, young man.
Wow.
That's
look
for
at that.
tomorrow night. That is a real Stetson. I bought it in the Santa Fe shop, way up north, where
Where
cows are your friends.
Where they have the white moose?
Yeah, we went there.
The white moose.
I'll see you
Was that a
around.
real one?
That was a real move. Yeah,
White
that
moose.
was. You went there. That was
Yeah.
an arrow.
Yeah, we almost reached Canada before we found that
I like the
place.
Mounties. They were pleasant.
Good thing you got directions from them.
Yep. Say good night.
We'd be in Quebec province. So anyway, I'm glad you watched the show. I'm happy to have you out there, and thank you, Chuck Gregory,
You got
for
it.
coming on. Don't forget, I'd like to see you again. So, see you next time.